Hey, welcome. It's Monday, and our focus on Monday, of course, is work-life balance. Today, the topic is, how do you move from intention, I want to get this done, to action, actually getting it done? So if we bring that into the workplace environment, you show up in the morning and you have some ideas about what it is that you would like to get done during the day in order to feel productive, whether that's the mental list or it's pencil and paper, or you have your task list as part of your Outlook program, whatever it is. There's some ideas in place there about what it is that you would like to get done during the course of a day. All right. That is not a plan, folks. And step one of today is you've got to have a plan. Having a to-do list is not a plan. How many times have you had that to-do list and never finished every item on the list? Right? All too common, because there isn't a plan for getting through that list and moving it over here into the outbox. Okay, so today is all about building that plan. Number one, make sure that you scale down the tasks on your list. And by that, I simply mean it's not enough to say finish the report, start on the project. What are the individual items that actually go into those much larger tasks? Do you need to send an email? Do you need to get a response? Do you need to make a phone call? If so, to who and what about? Try and break it down into some very small bits so that way you feel like you can move from one to the other and you're really making progress. So step number one, scale it down so that you have some individualized tasks that are much smaller in nature, and that way you feel like you're making forward progress. Step number two, when you have that list in place, then you need to go through and estimate how long do you think each of those items is going to take. This is important because it gives you a gauge as to how much time it's actually going to take to move through these. If you have a list of 50 items and each one is going to go for a 10 to 15 minute estimate, now you have a real quick gauge on how much time you're going to be spending on these tasks today. Is it realistic to think that you're going to move through all of those items given the time that you have? Right? If not, maybe there's a couple of those items that don't need to go on the list for today. Step number three, prioritize. Now you have a list of tasks, you have the estimates in place, now prioritize. What is most important? Maybe it's what needs to get done right now. Maybe it's because there's a deadline approaching. Maybe it's because that's the largest item on your list, and if you feel like you can get that done, then you can move on to some of the smaller tasks. However you decide to prioritize, that's up to you. You need to make that decision for yourself. But that's step number three, is prioritize. The final step, of course, is go to number one on your list and get cranking on it. Okay? In this way, you're going to move through the tasks on your list. You're going to feel productive at the end of the day because you will have known just how long it's going to take to get from intention to action. And by doing that, you're going to feel more successful, more productive. And then, of course, the underlying motive here is that when you leave the office at the end of the day, resume life with your family, you're going to feel as though you could do that with 100% of your effort. It's been my pleasure, as always, to be with you. Have a wonderful week. Hope to see you back again. Take care.